50 writers polled by Newsweek, not one of them thinks the president will win. 50 for Dewey, 0 for Truman. Dewey will win by a landslide. Listen, Harry Truman is a wild accident of history, entering the White House only by the death of the immortal Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Morning, Mr. President. Have a nice walk?
Good morning, Clark. Morning, Charlie.
Morning, sir.
Well, another busy day, Ed.
Yes? What's it say, Clark?
What does what say?
That Newsweek magazine you just hid under your jacket.
Well,
Come on, give it here.
yes, sir.
When the press quits abusing me, I know I'm in the wrong pew.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, don't you be sorry. You leave that to these so-called experts. I know all 50 of these fellas. Not one of them's got sense enough to pound sand down a rat hole.
What about the speech for today, Mr. President?
Thank you.
Wedge between Iran and the West.
Clark.
This is a foreign policy briefing, Mr. President. What is Clifford doing here?
He's the White House counsel. I asked him to be here, General.
Well, if you'll excuse me, sir, I believe Mr. Clifford's interest is in the Jewish vote.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's just see what he has to say here. Clark?
No matter what the State Department or anybody else thinks, we are faced with the actual fact that there is to be a Jewish state. Recognition of that state would embody everything that this country represents. Not only the establishment of a friendly democracy in an unstable part of the world with no democratic tradition, but the creation of a safe haven for people whose suffering is so vast as to stupefy the human mind.
Well, George, he's right. And you're right. And Dean's right.
Well, sir, I must tell you that if you allow politics to determine foreign policy, then were I to vote, I would vote against you in November. And I have nothing more to add to this, so. Excuse me.
Well, that was rough as a cub.
Let him resign. It's hard enough dealing with your friends. Why put up with open rebellion?